Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and kick off this meeting. As we're just going to go ahead and start in the interest of everyone's time. First of all, as always, I want to thank you all for being here. I recognize many members on the Institute team being on this call. I hope that this meetings are valuable to all of us as we continue to hold ourselves accountable to the community that supports our work. This call allows us to be able to give account of what we are doing with the resources that comes out of the community, but how we work together to build a more welcoming community, and also establishes opportunities for engagement with the many partner organizations that we have been working with in the past years. And also just to recognize people that have been supporting our work in the last month, and to highlight any upcoming events or opportunities for engagement. This month, this meeting is taking place this month on the heels of a big announcement that we made last month with reference to the Latino Engagement Program. And I'm using this opportunity to welcome on the International Institute team, Carlos Ramirez, who is going to be leading that program and who is going to get an opportunity later on in the program to talk a little bit about that. But we're also wanting to, about this time 2 years ago, we kicked off this Afghan Community Support Program. And a lot of things have happened with this program since we kicked it off. So we're going to just try to give everybody an update on what's happening with this program, and why it continues to be an exciting initiative, looking at even the second wave of arrivals that we're seeing of the Afghans to our community. And obviously we are looking forward to our annual fundraiser that's coming up next month. So we're going to touch a little bit on that in this meeting. With that, that would be an opening for me. As always, I am truly grateful for all the help that we've had from our partners. But I'm going to put him on the spot now. It's an announcement that has been made already to the St. Louis community, where we are all thrilled that the mayor of the city of St. Louis has now opened up an office for new Americans. And we're honored to have Gilberto Pinella joining us as well on this call. And Gilberto, we're looking forward to working with you. I don't know whether you have enough time till November 6th, because we're going to be coming at you with a lot of information. But Gilberto is somebody that we have always been working with, so it's a natural partnership, and we're looking forward to working with you once you get started there. But we're looking.
Thank you.
That. Pleasure.
Thank you, Ari. I'm really excited about the opportunity and the collaboration, and looking forward to hit the pavement running and start working with the International Institute, as well as the St. Louis Mosaic Project and all other organizations, to make our city government a welcoming place for new Americans. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Yeah,
and I'm still at Cortex.
No, that's why I said I don't know how you're going to manage this until November 6th, but we'll see. All right, thank you very much. I'm going to now just turn this over to I see Ariel is here with reference to our refugee arrivals. Oh, Asmira, I see Asmira is here as well. And I don't know whether we did this, but Asmira is now our new director for resettlement at the International Institute. And Asmira has had a long-term relationship with the International Institute. I say it's love lost and found. She's back to the Institute. She was working in a social work department and has accepted this position. So you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more. And after Asmira, we'll talk about the Afghan Community Support Program, the Latino Outreach Program, an update on Ubuntu, volunteer opportunities, a community shout out, and if there are any questions, we'll take them at the end and provide some answers. At this point, let me turn this over to Asmira then.
I'm actually going to step in, RA, as Chris been in her new position as resettlement director for 2 weeks. So this month I will go ahead, even though she did all of the number information, I'll go ahead and talk, but then next month she'll take over. We'll give her a little bit of breathing room.
Great, thanks.
If you want to go to the slide. Oh, great. Thank you. So as most of you know, September is the end of the fiscal year. And this September was very interesting because in the last 2 weeks of September, we had a lot of deletions, cancellations, and then rescheduling of the same cases. So we're still trying to confirm the exact number of arrivals that we had in September, but give or take 1 or 2. Right now, we are saying that we had 31 cases of 78 individuals arrive in September, and they were from the countries listed: Afghanistan, Syria, DRC, Myanmar, Iran. They did not arrive from Somalia. That was a case that was canceled. So that case did not come. We expect them to come before the end of the calendar year, though. I do want to say that tentatively, our soft fiscal year closing number is 580 arrivals from October of last year through September of this year. Now, we were only approved for 500, but then every resettlement agency can go up 10% over their approved amount, which was, in our case, 550. In September, USCRI did ask, USCRI did ask Department of State for special consideration for the Institute so that we could exceed our 10% of 550. And right now, tentatively, it looks like we will have resettled 580 arrivals in fiscal year 23. So, I mean, hats off to everybody, volunteers, staff, the community, everybody, because this is quite an achievement. In my 23 years here, we've never been able to go over our 10%. So this is, and we did it, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. We were able to do it. We're now providing services to the individuals. But it does kind of indicate that perhaps for our fiscal year 24, and I've heard rumors that we will resettle more than 875, which is what we are approved for. And that's very possible that we'll hit go over 1,000. That's what my personal expectation is, at least. So we'll see as the year rolls out how that goes. For October, so far we have 32 individuals coming from DRC, Afghanistan, and Syria. We remain very busy. We've had some staff changes, not only with the new resettlement director, but with caseworkers. So we're looking forward to filling those spots and being able to provide quality services to all of our new arrivals throughout the year. Yep. Unfortunately, this number, it may not be accurate because you see you have 3 more. Like I said, September was very confusing with all the reschedulings and cancellations. But roughly, we've resettled in this fiscal year 183 Afghan, 180 Congolese, 75 Syrian, 20 Myanmar, 16 Sudanese, and you can read on down the list. What I want you to notice from this list is the diversity. One of the things that I and my team have always prided ourselves on is our diverse resettlement program. If we only focused on one nationality or one ethnicity or even just 2 or 3, we would not be able to continue to provide quality resettlement services or be able to just move along in the resettlement program. Our resettlement pipeline of individuals to arrive eventually to St. Louis is very, very diverse, with many of these nations listed, in addition to others that are not on here, such as the Sudanese, I believe. Oh, no, Sudanese are on there. Eritreans, Ethiopians, and the like. Okay. I have to give credit to Asmira and others who did these slides because this is the first I'm seeing of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and read through them unless somebody from Intake or Blake would like to talk about the walk-in updates. Okay. So in addition to welcoming sponsored new arrivals, we obviously have a pretty healthy program of individuals know about the Institute, so they come here and they seek out services. And in September, we had 14 Ukrainian, 5 Afghan, 7 Cuban entrants, and 6 Haitian entrants. And what this means is that these people may have already been in St. Louis, or they may have come to St. Louis from another state or another area in Missouri, and they're now seeking services with the Institute. Most of the services are typically employment related, but we do have individuals who are eligible for our social work services and some of our senior services also. So far in October, our walk-in, if you will, services have been provided to 1 Ukrainian and an Afghan and 5 Haitian entrants. And you can see that so far, year to date, we've had 240 individuals come to St. Louis and also the International Institute seeking services, and they represent pretty much a variety of places across the globe.
Well, thank you.
Oh, good. I'm off the hot seat.
Well, thank you very much, Ariel, for that update. Those numbers, to your point, the diversity is really important. It establishes a pipeline for people to continue to come here, because people go to where there's already existing communities, and the fact that we have people from over 18 countries tells us that there's more people that are going to continue to come. And this secondary migration number is also important because a significant number of them are Afghans coming from different parts who went to different parts of the country, but also some of the walk-ins that we're seeing in the numbers that were presented before. So thank you very much for that update. I'm not sure if there are any questions, or Ariel, did you want to add something? Or Asmira, anyone?
I'm happy to take questions either now or in the chat box. Okay, great.
So we're going to go on to the next item on the agenda, which is the Afghan Support Program, which, like I mentioned, it was last September that we actually really kicked off the implementation of this program. And we are 2 years into the program, and I thought that it made sense for us to just give an update on where we are with this program, some of the things that have been accomplished, and what we're looking forward to seeing as we continue with this program, which is going to extend into its 3rd year. Moji, I'll turn this over to Moji Siddiqui, who is the manager of the Afghan Support Program.
Thank you, RA. So the Afghan Support Program in December will complete its 2 years, and we have had the wonderful news from the funder that he'd like to extend the program into another year. So we will continue on the Afghan Support Program efforts towards the end of the year of 2024. So a lot of things have been done, but a lot of other things need to be done. So things to be celebrated is the Afghan Community Center is officially a 501c3, which is a big deal for us because we've put a lot of work into that, and there's just been building a board and getting the community excited. We could go on to the next slide. We do have an open house coming up, and we'll come back to this slide here. We have an open house coming up in the next couple of weeks. Originally, it was slated for this Sunday, but the board has decided that they would like to push it off for a few more weeks. And so the date on this is not updated yet. More to come on this. Also, as you know, the Afghan Community Center and the Afghan Support Program, you may or may not know, there's a deliberate effort for us to engage the women of the Afghan community. So because of that, we have launched a series called Empowering Her, Afghan Women Rising. And part of that was an event that we put together last week so that we can convince our new arrival Afghan women to see themselves as pioneers and take advantage of the Afghan Entrepreneurship Grant Fund competition and apply for that. So far, we have had one Afghan woman apply to compete for the grant. So you can go on to the next couple of slides here. Oh, okay. I have the updated slide. Other updates are part of the Afghan Chamber of Commerce. I should add that the Afghan Chamber of Commerce, the United States Afghan Chamber of Commerce, is now a 501c6, which is also very exciting news for us. We also were able to secure a donation of $15,000, which is a pretty substantial amount for an organization that has really just now established itself. So we're really excited about that, but we are looking for more funding. We have multiple things taking place at the Afghan Chamber of Commerce, including the Afghan Entrepreneurship Grant, but also our friend Paul Doling is going to be teaching how to navigate real estate market for first-time home buyers. We also have a monthly seminar that's going to be taking place there on how to start a business. This is taught by Benjamin Brink, who's currently the consultant that's helping build the infrastructure of the Afghan Chamber of Commerce. We are interviewing for an executive director position. We're down to 2 finalists, and final interviews are scheduled for next week. So should have an announcement early next week as to who is going to be running the Afghan Chamber of Commerce as the executive director. Outside of that, we are open to hosting other workshops or events targeting women and the youth and young professional network events, and just to cater to the community as far as people who already are business owners and people who would like to become business owners. So if you have any ideas, I know Gilberto's on this call and you're connected with the Cortex still for another month. If you guys would like to come to the center and host an event, host a workshop, I am going to be pushing our candidates, the finalists, to Ben Molino so that he can help them prepare for their final pitch presentations for the round 3 of the Afghan Entrepreneurship Grant. Next slide, please. Part of the Afghan Support Program was the launch of an Afghan newspaper, which is called the Afghan Journal. Hamdullah Hamdard, who is the winner of the round 2 of the Afghan Entrepreneurship Grant, has now launched 5 issues of the Afghan Journal, and every month it just gets better and better. And the Afghan Journal gets printed in English, Farsi, and Pashto to make it convenient for all Afghans to be able to read it. We also put this out on all social media platforms, and we do social media advertising, so Afghans outside of St. Louis also get access to the Afghan Journal. If you haven't checked out the Afghan Journal, please do so. There's a very intentional effort made on each individual story. We make sure that we include stories about the center and the chamber, but also about highlighting things in St. Louis and why St. Louis is a great place to live, and including stories about historical stories about Afghanistan, information that people don't get access to and don't really hear about every day. And other stories, for example, about the USA tour that I'll touch on in just a couple of minutes. Next slide, please. The Afghan Entrepreneurship Grant is a $15,000 startup grant. We have 10 of them total. We've so far had 2 winners. Now we are going into round 3, and luckily, or fortunately, we finally have a woman competing in round 3 and hoping that we'll have more than 1 winner in round 3. More to come on that. Our partnership with the Cortex and our partnership with Greater St. Louis Inc. is much appreciated in allowing us to use their space to host the competition, the final pitch presentations, as well as the celebration of the winners. Applications are closed right now for round 3, but applications will open for round 4 in the next 3 weeks. Next slide, please. Thank you. So part of the Afghan Support Program was 10 $15,000 scholarships to claim academy coding classes. All 10 scholarships have been utilized. So if you know folks who would like to donate $15,000 chunks, we could get more students signed up to become certified through Claim Academy. And yes, I will link the Afghan Journal link in the chat, Carol. Absolutely, no problem. So right now we have 2 students finishing up, the last 2 students finishing up at Claim Academy. The last one will graduate in December. So that's a big success story for us, that we were able to get a good chunk of our community here to start studying coding, which is something that the Afghan community doesn't usually do. But thank you to Jerry Schlichter and his vision that he really pushed for this effort, and we were able to distribute 10 total scholarships to our community. And yes, I wanted to leave this as the very last one because this is the most exciting thing next to the 501c3 and the 501c6. We are doing a USA tour around the country, just like the Latino Outreach Initiative. We're going to cities where there's a dense population of Afghans and introducing to them St. Louis as the ultimate hub for Afghans to resettle into and to thrive. Because compared to other metropolitan cities around the country, St. Louis has a lower cost of living. The likelihood of a person to start a business, become a homeowner here in St. Louis are much higher than other metropolitan cities where most Afghans tend to live in. Cities like states like California, New York, Virginia, Colorado, these are the places that most Afghans resettle into, but they spend multiple decades there only to be paying for rent and working as employees for other business owners. And St. Louis is a place that has been incredibly embracing and welcoming to all refugees, including Afghans. And so we want to travel and give that message to Afghans and to Latinos and let them know that St. Louis is ready to receive you as far as employment is concerned, and just be that push so that they can come here, add to our economy, add to our population, and most importantly, add to the inclusivity and the vibrancy of our city and the continuous work that we're doing to build a multicultural St. Louis. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, I will look into the chat. I see some chat conversation happening there, but if you have anything, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd love to give you more information. Thank you, Ari.
Thank you very much, Moji, for your work with along with Hamdullah and Ben in developing this program, and we're beginning to see, we're seeing the fruits of the program yield as we're beginning to see that movement of Afghans who went to different parts of the country coming to St. Louis. We can only do this as a result of the support that we have from the community, all our community stakeholders that have played a part in welcoming the Afghans to St. Louis. It's thanks to you that we've been successful. So thank you for that. A few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, we did introduce the Latino Outreach Program, which was also as a result of an opportunity that we saw with the Biden administration's private sponsorship initiative, and even more the fact that they granted temporary protective status to nearly 500,000 Venezuelans, that there was opportunity there for us to bring this program to St. Louis, to create this program in St. Louis and attract the Latino population to St. Louis. We have initiated this program. We did speak about this last week, but at this point, I want to introduce once more Carlos Ramirez, who started working here last week, and it will just talk a bit about how the program is coming, and it's being anticipated as we launch it here. So I'll turn this over to Carlos.
Good afternoon. Thank you, RA. So as I've been introduced, Vice President of the Latino Outreach Initiative, and I am on day 8 of my position. We are hitting the ground running because we have up to 30,000 Latino arrivals per month that have already been coming. There's 160,000 that have arrived to date, and there are 1.5 million requests that have happened so far for this parolee program. And USCIS is receiving 12,000 applications per day. So you can understand that there's a wide interest in this program, and there's definitely a backlog, but the government is trying to do the best they can, and they'll reach back out to some of those that they have missed. Next slide, please. So we are trying to take a holistic approach as to how we're going to approach the assistance on this. We're involving engagement, housing, job training, employment, technology assistance, language support, immigration, and other services and benefits that I'm sure that are going to come up. So for me, obviously, at the engagement part, I'll be reaching out. So for example, I'm going to Chicago on Friday, and I'm going to be meeting with the editor of WBEZ News. I'll be meeting with the deputy mayor for immigration. I will be meeting with the president of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber, and I will be going to a community where a lot of the Venezuelans are. And so I'm hoping to get a couple more meetings in there over this weekend trip. But that's the type of expectations that I have when I'm going to different trips to try to figure out what it is that we need to do and where we need to go. So for the housing, it's going to be up to 6 months of housing while in an apprenticeship or training program. And obviously their immigration status is going to dictate what exact benefits they'll have, but we have an intake department that will help with that. We're going to recruit for other housing opportunities. So I'm meeting with different landlords here in the area to try to figure out how do we get them to get interested in providing some housing for the people coming to resettle. And we would serve as the rent guarantor in a lot of those instances. For job training, we're working with trade unions, corporations, and we want to make sure that these opportunities can also be gender specific. So we're not just thinking about the men. We're going to make sure that we have opportunities for the men and women, depending on interest in training. And then employment, we're going to analyze the current skill set for the immediate placement. And so some of it will obviously be dependent on the companies that have an interest in the program, but also on the skill set of the population coming. Technology assistance, they'll be eligible for 6 months of a free phone with internet and basic computer training. And there's a lot of other trainings that will happen, how to find a job, how to interview for a job, things like that. So in the language support, there'll be English classes and translation of documents for initial comprehension. Again, we'll have English classes, other classes that are going to help them to get acclimated into the region. And then we'll give them immigration assistance, assistance with work authorization, getting permanent residency, legal pathway to citizenship. The parolees arrive, and within 12 months, they have to apply for asylum. If they want to get that after 12 months, they will not be able to apply for asylum. So there are some time constraints that we also have to be very careful and be very aware of. So we will definitely be looking to move this forward. And certainly we're interested in working with Mercy, Carolina. And so definitely would love to touch base with you in regards to any opportunities that we may have with Mercy. And I'm also involved with BJC. So definitely looking to get us involved and create as many opportunities to be able to host these people here to amplify our workforce and to increase our population. And that is it.
Great. Thank you very much, Carlos. We're all thrilled and excited about this program because this is a new frontier in the work that we do, and we're looking to the results and the difference that it's going to make. But it's really another approach. This is one program that really cuts across the agency and touches on different departments, and it's also going to be a learning opportunity for us, but it's only going to be as successful as we can mobilize the community to support it, from people with connections into housing to employment opportunities and all of the kind of support that is needed for us to be successful. So looking forward to it, and I'm also waiting to hear the what they call in French the retombées from the trip to Chicago, because that's a pilot case, that's a test case for us. But we're very happy to have Carlos on board and the energy and excitement that he brings to the team. With that, I think at this point we're going to go on to Ubuntu. And for Ubuntu, I think I'm going to go back to Moji. Is it Moji or David?
Thank you, RA. David, you're welcome to chime in or take over. Talking about Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is coming up. This is the second annual gala for the Institute and the Center for Multicultural Excellence. The word Ubuntu is a Swahili word for I am because we are, which further means my humanity is a reflection of how I treat other human beings. So Friday, November 17th at the Four Seasons, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. 6 to 7 is going to be a cocktail hour. The program is going to start at 7 p.m. Of course, in the spirit of multiculturalism, we're going to have entertainment, multicultural entertainment. We're going to have a multicultural band. And of course, we're going to showcase why the work that we do at the International Institute is so important and so vital towards making St. Louis a truly multicultural place to live in and to thrive in. You can purchase tickets. We'll link the website for tickets, or you could use your phones on the QR code to buy tickets. For those who would like to be a sponsor or purchase a table, please partner with David. His information is on this slide. We'd love to see everyone. We were sold out last year, so tickets are going to sell out fast. So make sure you share this information with your network, with your corporate team, with your nonprofit team. And we do have all staff tickets as well. We have 24 tickets for all staff at $100 per ticket. So staff members, make sure that you also take advantage and prioritize getting your ticket. Otherwise, tickets start at $250. It is black tie optional, and it's going to be a great time. It's an opportunity for us to dress up and celebrate the hard work that the organization pushes for every single day, and it's just going to be a good time. If you have any questions, partner with me or David, and we'd be more than happy to answer them for you. David, did I miss anything?
No, I think you did a great job. And again, we'd love to have your company or organization sponsor. We have a couple of sponsors already. We just got another one today. BJC has agreed to sponsor. So definitely look into that, and we'd be happy to have that conversation.
Great, thank you very much. We're looking forward to Ubuntu. It was quite an event last year, and I think we set the bar high. So there's no pressure on the team. It's going to be, we're going to have to outmatch ourselves this year. Going on to our community shout out at this point, I'm going to turn this over to the Director of Community Engagement here, Kelly Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the monthly call. I'm glad to be here. We have a lot, as you can tell, going on here at the agency and a lot to share with you all. So first, tomorrow, we're going to have our bi-weekly, sorry, my brain is somewhere right now. We're having a bazaar tomorrow. Please join us. We're going to be celebrating the end of Hispanic Heritage Month. You see here on the slide that we're going to have music by Samba Bone Duo, and we will have lunch, a food truck called La Colombinita. I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, but I have had their food and it's really, really good. So please come. This is a bazaar. We intentionally wanted to have community members, New Americans, and Operation Food Search is a part of this bazaar. So if you would like to buy fresh fruits and vegetables, that will be available from 2 to 4. If you'd like to buy that wonderful food I just mentioned, please come around noon. And thank you to everybody who's making this a success. So that's not tomorrow, that's Friday. For some reason, I'm giving myself an extra, I'm speeding ahead, but that is going to be on Friday. I'm going to turn it over to my coworker, John, who manages our volunteers, and he has a few announcements regarding volunteers.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kelly. So we're going to go over some volunteer opportunities and some of our current needs at the current moment. Pretty much all of these are available for individuals, but also for corporate groups as well. So if you did want to bring a team, no matter your department or whatnot, we can manage that and get you guys set up with either one of these things I'm about to go through. So to starting off, we have our mock interviews, and we do these every other Friday. They do fill up with individuals. So again, if you are a group, a corporate group, and you want to bring a group of 5, a group of 10 to come and participate, please just reach out to me and I'll reserve one of these dates for your team. We're basically just going to be assisting clients as they navigate U.S. interview norms, really just encouraging them, really just supporting them to make sure that they know, while they might look at, their lack of English as a deterrent, this opportunity is really just to encourage them, to let them know, hey, you have other skills that are really going to be beneficial in this workforce here in St. Louis, such as knowing multiple languages, which are extremely beneficial to employers. So it's really just a time for encouragement, a time of support, and also just building those relationships with some of our clients. And then just speaking of the bazaar, we are looking for volunteers to help with the bazaar. There's 3 different shifts. In the morning, we have a setup. During the actual bazaar, we do a food distribution to our clients. So we'll be packaging up food staple items and then distributing those to clients who are in need of items and in need of help. And then just shouting that out as well, we're always looking for support from any community partners who are willing to donate some extra food staple items to the bazaar, or any item that they would like to see distributed to clients during that time. So if you do feel like you have that those items, or of any partners who'd be willing to donate to our bazaar, please reach out to either me or Simray, our in-kind donations manager. So the upcoming bazaar dates, of course, after this Friday, are going to be October 27th, November 10th, and the 24th. And then last but not least, we are always looking for pre-arrival grocery shopping volunteers. Like Ariel mentioned, our immigration team and our caseworker team, strong but mighty, but also needing a lot of support. They're doing a lot of different things, welcoming in a lot of different families and individuals. So anything that we can do to kind of take some items off their plate, we're trying to do. So one of those things are doing pre-arrival grocery shopping. So we'll post that whenever we're notified of new arrivals, and you'll just help You'll come to the Institute, get a list of items, get a list of the families that will be arriving, and you'll do some grocery shopping for them, stock the apartment, just to make sure that when they do arrive, that's one less thing they have to worry about. We know there's going to be a million different things that they're going to have to sort through, a million different things that's going to be going through their mind. So if we can take one less thing off their plate, such as food, that's the goal of that. So all of our volunteer opportunities can be found on our website. Background checks and a volunteer application is required just for the safety of our clients, just due to them being a vulnerable population. So if you guys do have any questions about any of our volunteer opportunities, please reach out. And then while these are 3 things that we're definitely needing assistance with, if you're looking for a larger group volunteer opportunity that's not listed, please reach out, because we always do have other things that we can have you guys assist with. So please feel free to reach out.
Thank you, John. So we're going to end this call with our community shout outs, one of my favorite parts of this. We are still so thrilled that the Metro St. Louis has offered to do bus training. Many of you who've been on this call for 2 years know that almost for a solid year, that was a request we were looking for. So thank you, Metro. They continue to do a great job training our new Americans on the bus. Thank you very much for that partnership. Next slide. This past month, we've been busy with some organizations. First, we had a team of 8 come from the International Interior Design Association. They helped us with the bazaar and they did mock interviews, and it was a nice break for myself because I got to be outside setting up tables and chairs on a beautiful fall day. Thank you to that group for coming and helping us. We also want to say thank you to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They have been one of our big supporters for the bazaar in terms of food distribution and having food available for new Americans who need extra food. They recently donated a semi-truckload of commodity items. So that made the staff excited and also tired of unloading the materials. So I guess that day we didn't have a lot of volunteers around, but thank you to that organization for really getting behind our bazaar and helping us serve new Americans. We also welcomed Wells Fargo. Well, we went to them, but we enjoyed their service hours. They packed, let's see, 400 kits, and these were really cool kits. They were called, like a welcome kit, but as you noticed on the slide here, laundry detergent was part of that welcome kit. And we all know that laundry detergent is one of the most expensive items for individuals. And so we were graciously accepting those kits. Thank you, Wells Fargo, one of our supporters throughout the years. So thank you for doing that. I love this picture from an aerial view. We had a small but mighty crowd from US Bank this month. They also prepared kits for us, which was neat. They did educational kits and hygiene kits. And as of right now, we handed out all of the educational kits. So my core team of 7 volunteers who work at our donation room were sad to see those kits go. So please, if you know anybody who likes to make educational kits, let me know. But thank you to US Bank. We had a great time, and you'll see that picture there with all the bright colors. We always have opportunities for support. So many of you know that we're all pretty much always looking for Aldi gift cards or Walmart gift cards. We have a group of 7 volunteers who have been wonderful stewards of our donation room, and they have been organizing it. They've been with us since 2021. And the 7 of them are holding a holiday giving program. So most of the things on their list are right here in front of you. If you know any church or small organization that would like to do a drive for items, please let me know. I can put you in touch with our volunteers who are organizing this for the month of December. We are grateful for their support and grateful for all of the community members who provide items to go into new homes. Thank you so much. Here's a list of other items that are needed. We all know diapers are kind of expensive, so those will probably remain on the list for a long time. Some of these other items, electric tea kettles, those are also kind of expensive items. So if you feel like giving this holiday season or even anytime, please check out these two lists on Target and Walmart. Here's all the people you can contact for any other information that you would need regarding volunteering, our youth programming, and volunteer leadership program. So it looks like John and Catherine are the ones to go to. I can also answer questions regarding any of this as well. And then, of course, our donate button. And then we have one more slide to finish up the day. Just a very big thank you to all of you. We've had a very busy month, and we're going to have a busier month ahead. So it's really great when community members can come to the building, work with us, alongside of us, to serve the new Americans, and we appreciate you. So thank you for all your support this month. I look forward to the next month, and have a great day.
Great. Thank you very much, Kelly, for the shout out. I really just once more want to highlight the work of Claudia and Jack Wright and the team of volunteers that have been working. Currently they're trying to do some holiday giving for us. They have a list that's going around, so we're truly grateful for their continuous support to our work here at the International Institute. At this point, I don't see any questions in the chat that need to be answered, but if anyone has any questions, we'll be happy to take those questions at this time.
Really quick, I meant to mention our education program. We are struggling finding volunteers for our after-school program and also our youth mentorship program. So if anyone is interested in assisting with that, whether that's helping teach English classes, our citizenship courses, or helping tutor our refugee youth throughout the afternoon, we could definitely use that support and help. I placed the link in the chat. So you just click on that and fill out that interest form, but we could definitely use a lot more support for our education programs these next few months. So thank you guys.
Great. Thanks, Jen. Any other questions or comments? Anything that needs to be added? Hearing or seeing none, I want to thank you all for your time, for being here, and for your continuous support to the International Institute. We will be back next month with further updates on our work. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.